Welcome and thank you for joining us on this webinar where we're going to talk about the new series, the new Gard LT4 and LS4 gate arms. This gate arms came to replace the old G4000 and G3750. Here we're going to basically overview the difference between one and the other one, the improvement that we've done so far, and hopefully we get you excited about this new product. So without any further ado, let's start with a presentation right now. For here, Kame has two new designs in order to replace the old series G4000 and G3750. We have the new Gard LT4, which goes up to 4 meters of clearance, and also we have the new Gard LS4, which goes up to 3.8 meters of clearance. These gates are here to replace the old model, the G4000, and the LS4 is here to replace the G3750. As you can see, it's time for us to bring to retirement these old models and bring the new generation of gate arms that we hope they're going to be here forever and use for many years. Now, among all the different improvements that we have for these gate arms, we can tell you that one of the biggest one has done the improvement of our MCBF, which we're going from maybe 1.2, 1 million. We have gone up to 1.5 million cycles. And these are rated for intensive use, which you can guarantee to work for 300 cycles an hour. So these gates are rated to work 300 cycles an hour, or you can go up to 1.5 million of cycle before any failure. I mean, that doesn't mean that you don't have to do maintenance. Of course, you have to do maintenance, the proper balancing, and tighten the anchoring walls and all of that. But again, we have improved a lot the NCBF of this equipment. Now let's take a look at the models at a glance. Let's take a quick peek. So we mentioned these are a step up from the old G3750 and G4000. They have almost the same, they have a new design, however, very similar to the GT4, but we're not getting even close to the features of the GT4. So there's some familiarity. So they kind of look alike, all right? So they're both made with galvanized steel. However, one model comes with with the orange color, I'm sorry, and the other with a gray color. However, if you need this gate arm on stainless steel or a custom color, it can be done also as well. Remember, it's a pre-condition to order the custom main number. We have to have a minimum amount of order. I believe it's a pallet before we can give you, like, I don't know, any other different route color that you choose to do. Your package of 4 meters, we still have again LS for 4 meters, LT up to 3.8 meters. Now we have included in this new board, we keep using the standard IO connection, which is either to trigger opening and closing command, but also for safeties. Also, we had included a slot for the Kame gateway or the Kame key. I'm pretty sure you have heard about this tool, this amazing tool that we have. And so we have included this technology in this board. Also, we have included a native port for the Modbus protocol. So that's an accessory that you install in your control board. You install this module, and you'll be able to integrate with this, industrial protocol for industrial process automations. And then we also have, of course, a wide range of accessories that are available right now for you to purchase and also to purchase with these gate arms. We keep looking at it. So we have right now, these gate arms have been tested with the European standards. So we're compliant with the European impact standard. So we are compliant with that. The new motor is, we have a new motor and the new gearbox as well, but this motor has an improvement, which has an encoder. So we have an encoder on this motor, making it better to improve the movement, so we can program the slowdowns, and then of course we need a encoder calibration in order to make it work. So the control board also has 3 inputs. We have more input for more options, so we can use we can use our standard safety devices, or also we can use laser for this type of protections. The new Gard LS and LT, they have a new firmware which allows you to provide a better control the movement of the arm, so it can help us out to detect it will help us out to detect better obstructions and also to maintain a regular speed along the movement of the arm. Again, we have a 1.5 million on cycle before failure and MCBF of 1.5 million, which is a big improvement compared to the old models. Going on the macro specification, common for both of us, for both of them, for the LT4 and LS4. So we have clear patches of 4 meters, opening time between 2 and 4 seconds. Of course, it's going to depend on the length of the arm and also the speed that you program to the gate. We have for both markets, for those markets that work with 120, we have the gate for you, and also for the market that work with 230 volts, we have the product for you as well. Range of temperature, duty cycle, 300 cycles per hour, and again, 1.5 million MCBF. As you can see, they both have a different arm. They have a rectangular arm and they have a semi-elliptical arm. This is one of the difference that we have between both of them. Again, we have it on galvanized and painted and stainless steel. If needed, we can add different photo cells and any other type of safety devices. Motor with encoder, the control board, that's another new improvement for this case. The control board goes here on top, so which will be easier for those installers, so you don't have to bend it down and anything like that. So you have your control board right here on top of the arm. Then you have only one type of spring. As you remember, the G4000 used to have only the green spring. Now both the G37 and G3750 didn't have a green spring. I mean, you have to choose a spring depending on the length of the arm and the accessories. Now for the LT4, you don't have to do that. You only have to you have the same green spring. We still have the battery backup system. We have the down skirt option for both of them. So the foundation, the foundation is pretty much the same. In other words, if you have a customer who had an old 3750 or a G4000 and a truck came or a vehicle came and just run over the gate arm, you will be able to basically to replace the old one, install a new one, and just worry about running the wires and anchor properly, because the base is gonna be the same, so the same features, the same measurements, so you won't have to do any extra civil work to make it fit. One more time, we are in compliance with the impact forces according to the European standard. The LS4 has a breakaway system. The LS4 also has an articulated arm, and they both have the options to install a circular tubular arm with a 6 centimeters of diameter, and again, similar position of the G4000. We're gonna take a look at the features of the LT4. So we can have clearance path between 2.5 meters and 4 meters of clearance with aluminum rectangular arm. You could also install rubber profiles. Those are an accessory. We also have, as mentioned before, we also have the tubular arm, which has 6 centimeters tubular arm with a clearance up to 4 meters. These gates come with a galvanized and painted steel cabinet, or can be also found in stainless steel. Again, recycle up to 300 cycles an hour. Modeled for 230 or 120 accordingly. The new gear motor has an encoder for better movement of the arm, compliant with European standard. An MCBF of 1.5 millions. We have an opening speed between 2 and 4 seconds. The molten control board with display and digital inputs, pretty much like the same boards and control for the if you have installed so far our GT4, or if you have installed our gate operators, like for example for the BXB family or the BX family, it's gonna be the same principle. 3 7-segment LED displays plus 4 buttons for easy programming. Camera Connect ready. It's Camera Connect ready, so you will be able to install your Camera Connect automation devices in order to control your automations. White strip LED, so we can install a white LED on this gate arm. And also we can manage up to 250 users. Remember, back in the days with the old CL38, we were able to program only one remote control. Nowadays, we can store up to 250 codes on that. Then we have a range of new accessories available for this gate arm. Now let's take a look at the LS4. The LS4 goes from 2.5 to 3.8 meters of clearance, and we have a new arm, and also this arm has a rubber profile protection for absorbing impacts. We also have available the tubular arm, and goes up to 4 meters in this case. It's a galvanized stainless steel cabinet. We also can have it with a customized panel if you need to do so. But it's designed for intensive use, 300 cycles per hour, and an MCBF of 1.5 millions. We have models of 230 and 120 volts available as well. New motor, just like the LT4. There's a new motor with an encoder in compliance with the European standard. Now, in this case, we have the option for the red and green strip LED as an optional. And look at here, the arm has a groove, so you can install the LED in that section. Opening speed between 2 and 4 seconds. Multi-function control board with display is the same board as the LT4. And also Camera Connect ready. We also have the option for the Camera Connect ready here. We can store up to 250 users. Oh, I'm sorry. Press the run button. And then new accessories able to complete the range. And then the articulated joint and breakaway system are available for this gate. Now, another difference between the LS4 and the LT4 is that the LT4 doesn't have a breakaway and the articulated arm. The LS4 does. The LS4 is the only one that you can install the breakaway arm and the articulated arm as well. Now, let's look at the different how the system looks on the inside. Because here the inside you can see that we have the controller on top. The new ZL392C control board is going to be installed on top. Here you have the transformer. Here you have the different holes that are set up. You can install photocell in these cases. You can actually install one set of photocell here and one set of photocell here in case that you have an access for trucks. If you want to monitor different heights, you can use these pre-drill holes as well. So right here you have the new 24 volts gear motor, and then you have the foundation compatible with the old Gard series with the G4000, G3250, G3750 is compatible with that. And you have here the battery support for the photocells. New balancing system, look at this here, look at the new gearbox, look at the new motor, and also the new spring. So you have a brand new balancing system, very similar to the one that we have on the GT4. Then we can an aerial picture of this. So we can have here, we can see the EMC filter plus the transformer. We see the controller, and we see the anti-shock rubber profile and the anti-shivering cover right here. So this is how the LS4 looks like. And then the LT4, right here, you can see pretty much the same thing. You have the rectangular arm with the metal fastening flange, the 392 CL392C board, transformer, and the EMC feature. These are the difference between the two new gates. Now, the new gearbox. The new gearbox is the same gearbox for both gate operators. However, as you can see here, the improvements. We have a primary deduction system right here. One screw is part of the motor, so in that way we have a better motorable system. So we can, one of the benefits is avoid mistake on gear coupling. Higher durability. So as you can see, we have 1.5 million of MCBF, and we could fit motors on different sides for the future in case that we need to do so. Now, the balancing system is pretty much the same balancing. It looks a lot like it's the same principle as the balancing system for the GT4. However, we're gonna be managing lighter arms. That's why we're using the green spring now. Benefit of this: avoid mistake on spring selection. Of course, that's a plus because remember back with the G4000 we didn't have that problem, but with the 3750 we did because we needed to choose a different spring depending on the length of the arm and also the accessories that we have installed. In this case, we only have the green spring. Now, another benefit of that is decrease stock of springs, because we used to have different models. Now, we can make changes, like if you want to add weight or remove weight, just a matter of changing the hole where you're going to install your spring, and then do the proper balancing, and then of course reduce the number of items to be considered for sales. You don't have to choose any more springs. Again, that'll help you out with having not as many items in your inventory. Another benefit is that, and the plus I will say is, we know it used to be a real pain to make the change of direction, especially in the G4000. Now it's super easy, just a matter of releasing the arm, changing the position of the mechanism, installing your spring, and via programming, you can tell this gate which one will be the opening direction. Remember, on Kami gates, they normally come to open towards the left. If you need to make the change towards the right, it's just basically changing one parameter, which should be 54. Now you don't have to change the wires. You don't have to change the wires on the limit switches. No, that's not done. That's done through programming. And the startup of these gates is super easy. Now you just have to anchor your gate, and then you install your spring. Of course, you're gonna measure your arm, the accessories, and then on the manual, you can see a chart. The manual has a chart that tells you that depending on the length of the arm, you're gonna choose what hole to use. Now, based on that, after you do that, you can only have 3 steps to make this gate work. One would be choose the opening direction, choose the length of the arm, and then last but not least, run the calibration. Once you do those 3 steps, your gate is up and running. So it's gonna be faster. It reduces the installation time. Avoid mistake by choosing the spring and choosing the right balancing. So it's a more simple system to set up these gates nowadays. Another feature that we mentioned before, you don't have to be bending to be looking for your control board. Your control board is right here on top of the gate. So it's easier, safer, because you can actually stand right here next to the gate, and the incoming traffic comes coming from this direction. So it'll be easier for you. So you don't have to, you won't be exposed to the traffic. So it's more convenient. And of course, that reduces some installation time compared to the old G4000, where you have to bend, you have to remove the cover, and then you have to move the spring and to gain access to the control board. It was a real pain to say the least. Now, the difference between the new boards, remember the old ZL38, we used to have this control board for the skate arms, and now we have the new ZL39, 392C. So at a glance, really quick, what can we see over here? We have a different connecting block for our inputs and outputs. We don't have to program through switches. Now we have a digital screen. Now we don't have the limit switches. Now we have an encoder, which is somewhere around here. Is an encoder connection. So the power is not here. Power is underneath. It's inside the cabinet. You only want a 24 volts and a 17 volts coming to this direction. What else do we have? For the master slave configuration, we don't have to use this connector over here. We use the RSE1 or RSE2, depending on the configuration that we're trying to do. So there's a lot of differences. We have a memory now. We have a nipple for the Kami key connector. So you can see we have some improvement made to this control board. Now, to be more specific, again, we're going to show you really quick the main features of the control board. So right now we have the 7 segments LED display, 3 LED displays of 6 segments, which is used for programming. We have the 4 programming keys. We have the memory to back up the information, the save when after you've done programming all your different remote controls, all the different access cards, all the different parameters like, I don't know, photo cell, like C1, reclose, reopening, C5, and all these different parameters. You can do, you go to the programming menu, you press F50, and that will store all the information in this memory. You could take to another board and basically implement the same features. But right here we have the input for the AF card, and then the antenna for the remote controls. Now this board can memorize up to 250 users. Before we used to memorize only, and then they do the cloning. In this case, we can memorize up to 250 users. Here we have the input to connect the R700 or R800, R700 card. That's for the keypad or the RFID readers. We have the socket as well for the cards. Double RSE port. One could be used to do the master slave configuration, and the other could be used to connect our Kami Connect devices if needed. We have the terminal for the Modbus TCP device. Here's the connection for the LEDs lights, whether it's the light one or the white one or the red and green. Our normally closed inputs. So now we have 3 inputs for safety devices. Remember, before we used to have only C1 and C5. Now we have 3 different inputs that we can program to different options that we need to do so. Common inputs, before we used to have 2, 2 is common, 3 for opening, and 7. Now we are going to, of course, with number 1, which is a normally closed contact. So today we still have the number 2, which is a common, but we have number 3, 3P for partial. We have an input dedicated for closing. We have the number 5. We have the 7. Now we have a dedicated input for opening, a dedicated input for partial opening. Within partial opening is basically if you have a master slave configuration and you choose partial, you will be opening only one arm, and yeah, exactly, only one arm. Then you have the input number 4, which is only for close. If you have if you want only a button to close both gates, basically you connect your input or your switch with your push button between 2 and 4, and that will send a closing command only. And of course the 7, which is open and close depending on the position of the arm. What else we have over here? We have the input, the socket input for the Kami Connect or the Kami Key tool. That's another input that we have for this gate today and day. And last but not least, the programming buttons. We have the enter button, we have right and left, and then we have the escape button, basically to go to a previous menu or basically escape the programming, leave from the programming menu. Again, we have the terminal key for the Wakami Wi-Fi. There are 2 RSE sockets to connect the boards. We already mentioned this for the connection of the LEDs. So basically, we're just going over the different those new inputs that we have on this control board. And now we're gonna basically take a quick look at the programming menus. These are all the function menus that we have right now on this board. I'm saying right now because we could change depending on the necessities of the market, depending on the necessities. However, this is a basic comparison between what we have on the CL392C, CL39, which is the board that we have right now to use on the G4000, and the old ZL38. So right now we can enable or disable this option like our input photo cells and the thrust that we can enable that to programming. No more short circuit between inputs. No, that's done. We don't have to do that anymore. Basically, we enable or disable through programming, and right here, this board, as you can see, we can manage it through the F menu, which is whether it is F1, F2, F3, F4, and so forth. Mention the more used in our system, we can mention anything from F2, F3, and F4, which are used to program your safety inputs. In the safety input, we have the option of C1, C2, C3, C4, and I believe C11 and C13 in order to program those reopening and closing, and immediate closing. So we have different options to program in those. Then going down the list, automatic closing. Back in the days, we used to turn this switch number 1 on. Now we do it with F19. Basically, we just go to F19, press enter, and every time that increases a number, there will be a second automatic closing happen. So let me see over here. I have somebody wanna mute this. Perfect. Okay. Now we have what other option? We can actually program the opening and closing speed. That's something that we can program. Slowdown points and the slowdown speeds are set up. We cannot change those. Trouble sensitivity, that's something that we can change. What else? The following, we also have another menu. We can change the configuration on the RSE ports. It's the F50, like I mentioned, to save data, the memory data, and this is to rewrite data on the new board. Let's say, for example, if you have an old board or you have one of the let's say an LT4, and something happened to the main board, and you don't want to lose the configuration, but before doing the installation, you took the initiative to do that data saving. So let's say now you bring the new board, you install the new board, you remove the old memory, you remove the new memory, install the old memory, and then you're gonna do F51. Basically, that's going to rewrite all the old parameters into the new board, and you won't have to reprogram. The only thing that you have to do is run another encoder calibration, and that should be it. So you have basically a backup of the information. Another parameter used is for the F52 for the master slave transferring of the parameters. 54 of the operating direction. Remember back in the days when you were doing a change of direction, you have to change the polarity of the motor and also change the position of the limit switches. You don't have to do that anymore. You only go to F54, change the value, and that's it. So you're done. Can actually set up a number for maintenance. If you go to a customer, you tell them, listen, we're going to do a maintenance every 50,000 cycles. So you can set that up in your F58 menu. What else? Battery working mode for the battery backup system. If the battery backup system, you have two options. You can either run the battery until it dies, or basically when you have a power outage, the gate will go up and will stay open until the power comes back again. So you have those two options. What else? Opening counter. New user is to program your remote controls. And then another use one is A1, which is boom length, which is used for your programming at the beginning. And then your travel calibration. And if you go to a site and you have no idea what the teacher has done and the system is acting up, you basically go to A4, press enter, and that will set all the parameters back to factory settings. And then you can start programming your gate again. One thing that is good about this is that if you do an A4, the remote controls won't be erased. Any user information that you have recorded in your system, it won't be erased. It's only parameters like opening direction, calibration, safety features and stuff. But like users won't be erased. So that's one of the good things about it. And also, you could also set up a password. So if you don't want anybody else messing around with the setting that you have done for this control board. Now, let's take a quick look at the accessories that we have for the LT4 barrier, which is the rectangular arm. We have the tubular arm as well. We have the bracket for mobile support and skirt. I will show you really quick what it does. Basically, if you have a mobile support and the skirt, you use this item, and they will move the skirt and the support. They will move in synchronism, so you won't have that contact hitting and big noises on the gate. You have the white LED. We have the rubber shock profile, which one goes on the bottom, pretty much the same as we used to have on the E4000. We have the fastening flange for the tubular arm. We have the mobile support, which you install this mobile support with this and the skirt, and that will go, and they will go together. That's what I was trying to say before. We have the reflective stickers and the skirt right here. So you can install that here so you can avoid people going underneath. Then you have the fixed support, those places where you can have your fixed support. And then that's for the main accessory for now. The regular accessory, when you order gate, you should get the rectangular arm. If you want this, it's another option. The resistant, the red shock, the shock resistant profiles, the white LED, and the stickers for your arm. Now let's take a look really quick at the LS4 accessories. So we have the oval arm, which is for 4 meters. Then we have the breakaway system. Remember, the LS4 is the one that has the support of the breakaway system and also the articulated arm. We also have the bracket for the mobile support and the skirt. We have the red and green light. We have a light for 2-meter boom, for 3-meter boom, and a 4-meter boom. We also have the stickers for the arm, the 3-meter boom or the 3-meter arm, which is, we have a 4-meter and a 3-meter. We have the articulation kit. We also have the mobile support for this arm as well. We have the kit connection for articulated arm. In case that you want to install lights on an articulated arm, we have the kit as well. So you don't have to, so you can have an illuminated arm in case of you decided to implement, in case of the project requires an articulated arm. We have the tubular boom, and we have the skirt, and last but not least, we have the fixed support for this gate arm. Oh no, actually, I was forgetting the fastening flange for the tubular arm. Again, basic accessories on this gate should be the tubular arm, the overarm, the red and green LED, the stickers, and the stickers. Now, other extra accessories that we have for this gate. We have the new KLT LED light, which is right here. We can install either 2-channel, 1-channel loops for this type of gates. We have the battery charger set, which you should be using at least two 12 volts, 7 amp hour batteries. However, you can install more batteries if you need to do so. We have the heater for those areas that, it's going to work under 20 degrees Celsius. We have the Modbus bridge to install in this case, so the gate can talk to an industrial automated system. We have the Kami key and the Kami Wi-Fi. This is the Kami key is the tool for the installer, and this is the tool not only for the installer, but also, for the end user, but also for the installer. Remember, the Kami Wi-Fi has a module for the end user that you can open and close your gate, basically with your cell phone, but also for the technician, you have the option to do a remote logging into the gate and do a diagnose for that. Then we have the I/O port to integrate with the Parker systems. And we have the laser sensor. This laser sensor could be used for free exit, could be used for safety, could be used for any other application you have. So we have the power supply as well as the bracket to install these laser sensor. And last but not least, if for some reason you need limit switch or a switch that will tell you when the gate is up or the arm is down, right here, this is your accessory. Let's say, for example, you're integrated to an access control system, and they're asking you to have a signal, when your gate is up or when your gate is down. This is your part to use. So let's say, for example, you need to integrate to a PLC system, and it's required to have a signal arm up and not down. This will be your accessories to use for this application. Now, this will be a little chart that we have to compare between the different models. As you can see, now we have the new LT4, the LS4. We have the new GT4 and GT8 to replace our old Gard 4 and Gard 8. And then we have the Gard PT and Gard PX, our brushless gate arms. And last but not least, we have our Gard 12, which is a gate for 12 meters. All right. With that being said, hope you enjoyed this presentation. This was meant to show you the difference basically between the old gates and the new gates, and some of the features that we're pretty sure that you might enjoy. So if you have any question, any comment, please let us know. We'll be happy to help. You can contact us via Marketing America, so my email, jguillen@comet.com, and we should be able to help you out if you have any question. And thank you very much and have a wonderful day. Bye-bye.